Welcome to our channel. Thanks for stopping by. I'm sorry, I'm so enthusiastic tonight. If you wouldn't mind liking and sharing this video, and you have any questions, we're gonna well, not questions, but we're gonna do tarot card readings and talk about who knows what because we didn't plan anything because you see what the title is. I forgot what I was doing. All right, let me just see. Let's just see. Forgot what I was doing. See, locked again. Unbelievable. It doesn't say that up here. It says public and it's locked. So I'm going out there to fix
on Facebook?
Yep. And it's not even the title I put in. I don't understand. I'm going to edit that title.
Okay. Okay, so while we get things sorted out.
What's new? It's the same thing. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I went out there totally checked it out before we went live. And then boom. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, let me edit some more. All right. So I was supposed to go live like a bunch of times this week too. Like I said, I was going to do it Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on top. Well, Wednesdays obviously, but Mondays and Fridays I was going to do it too. And then I didn't go Monday because I had actual real life work I had to do. But then on Tuesday, I thought, well, let me just go real quick. Let me just do a real quick, hey, this is what's happening kind of deal and talk about some personal shiz. And I never turned my microphone on and I never turned the screen on, but I went live. And so it was nothing but dead air and black screen. But I was talking. And guess what? That one was not locked. So I'm watching people jump in and they're like, what is wrong with this bitch? There's nothing. I don't see anything. I don't hear anything.
Well, on Facebook, I just checked Facebook and I can see it. So
did you try to see if you could hear?
What?
You'd have to try. Did you check to see if you could hear? You probably have to turn your microphone off if you're going to do that. But last time we did it, Steven said he could hear us, so I don't know. So anyway, yeah. I shared it. You want me to share that on your friggin'? I can share it on your feed too.
Yeah.
We could throw it in Pasco Pagans. That might get us some interesting people.
Yeah, I might like some tarot cards drawn for them.
Yep. You have it enabled so you can see the chat box too.
Yep.
It says one person's watching. Maybe that's me because I'm out here fucking around with it. I don't know. So I'm trying to still learn all the rules of the YouTube thing. I know that you can cuss on YouTube, but some people say that it bothers people that watch it because they might have little kids listening. And I'm like, why would you be watching anything on YouTube and having your young children nearby? I wouldn't do that, but I guess because I'm old.
What it does is it limits your if you monetize your videos, some advertisers won't
Oh, if you drop the F-bomb?
Yeah.
Oh man, this is going to be a real test and some serious discipline for my ass.
Yeah. It's just like TV. Sponsors aren't going to pay to have advertising on shows that they think are too,
Risque.
yes. And
So,
apparently even in 2020, swear words are a big deal.
oh my gosh. That's really dumb to me. Hide current content. Okay. I wish somebody would pop in. I hate it when I sit here because I guess we could just start talking about anything.
Yeah.
People are saying they're going to pop in. I look at all these old people that I hang out with. I'll try. I usually go to bed about 7:30. About 7:30. About 7:30 a.m. comes very early. I should
No,
be
she's
there.
saying 3 a.m. comes very
Oh,
early.
okay. Look at how
Yeah.
I can't read. I don't understand why it says this live stream has no name, and then out there it was something completely different. That makes no sense to me.
It's, yeah, it's got to have something, I don't know. It's got to have something to do with YouTube, maybe.
I don't know. That does it was on Facebook wrong. So I'm not exactly sure why when I changed up the title and when I am looking at it through the studio here, it clearly says.
Yeah. Well, maybe Facebook allows you to edit mid live stream, but YouTube doesn't.
That's weird.
Possibly. I don't know that for sure, but that's
And
what it
it's saying yesterday's date on here. That's weird. I wonder if I can name it something different. Well, I don't want to do that, but it's sort of user friendly, and then it's not. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it has some limitations.
Yep.
There is a little fly in here right now,
Yeah.
and both Libby and Indy are going bananas trying to catch it. All I hear from over here is snap, snap, snap of their teeth.
Oh my gosh. Have they ever been successful in catching one?
Libby has. When Derek was here,
Yeah.
he used to hold her, like put one hand under her chest and one hand under her butt and lift
Yeah.
her up to the window like he was holding a machine gun. And he would get her close to where the fly was and her neck would stretch out and she'd grab one.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I
My
was
dog
like,
did that in St. Louis and got a bee one time.
yeah, Libby got a bee when she was a puppy once.
Her whole face swelled up. It was terrible.
Yeah, her nose looked like twice its normal size. Like
Yeah.
her cheeks were puffy.
So I figure since I've been having this crazy week and there ain't nobody up in here, we talked about the whole stomach issues today.
Mm-hmm.
And the revelation of having stomach issues whenever anything bothers me
Mm-hmm.
was kind of an interesting thing. And thinking about all of the functions that go along with a bad
Yeah.
stomach just
Uh-huh.
made the whole shitty situation seem very relevant to me.
No pun
The other
intended
thing,
there.
no pun intended. The other thing that I noticed or that we talked about in therapy this week was my night terrors. And I haven't had any in a really long time. And she asked me, she goes, well, what's a really long time? Months, whatever. And I said, no, it's probably been years since I've had a night terror where I woke up screaming and terrified. Probably since just before he moved into this house when he was still in the apartment. I had one over there, but I haven't had one since we've been in this place.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that that was just after my dad died. And so we came to the conclusion that the reason I was having night terrors the whole time was because my parents were alive. And that was the
Okay.
source of all my trauma, or a lot of my trauma.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. That, I mean, that could be. It's a possibility.
Yep. I mean, I've had them my whole life since I was a little kid. Like my dad talked about how I would have them so bad that when I would scream because it was a 500 square foot house we lived in.
Mm-hmm.
So I would start screaming, and our bedrooms were like this,
Mm-hmm.
and the doors are open because you have one window unit air conditioner or whatever. So I'm
Yeah.
screaming at the top of my lungs, and he'd come in my bedroom, and I would be standing on my bed pushed into the corner, and he would try to wake me up, and he couldn't, and I would just be screaming and telling them that there were spiders on all the walls in the room.
Okay. That and would you have any recollection of it when you woke
Mhm.
up?
Yep, I clearly saw the spiders.
So to me, that sounds more like a hallucination.
Well, why would I be having hallucinations?
You might have had a UTI.
Oh, shit.
Hmm.
That's
And
a distinct possibility.
and the reason that I even thought of that is because that's exactly what Joe's mom did. Spiders and everything.
Yeah,
And that would happen to her when the UTI got bad. She would hallucinate there was spiders on the walls in the middle of the night and wake up screaming.
that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not
Well,
saying that's what it was, but it just sounded too similar for my
yeah.
brain not to make the connection.
Sometimes it'd be people looking at me too. Like I remember, like I could be laying down, and then it'd be like someone would get down on my level and just be staring at my face.
That's what she said too.
Really?
Yeah. There was either spiders, it was either spiders on the wall, or
So
she
many
would think
spiders.
black, dusty gunk was on her, or she'd like literally see trails like on acid, or
That's
there
yeah,
were people in her room.
yeah.
There were the people in her
The,
room or coming out of the walls or in the closet or under the
yeah,
bed. There were people looking at her
yep. That happened a lot.
or kids running around.
No,
That's what
I just
those were the main ones that she would hallucinate.
wow. Well, I mean, that's a distinct possibility.
The only thing that would make me not think maybe that's not it is, that it would go away. You would don't, unless you had it night after night after night.
No, no, but it happened enough that I remember having them in St. Louis, and I remember having them, in Florida, and with Leon. I mean, I would wake him up all the time. It
Hmm.
was happening constantly. And then, like right after my dad died, it stopped.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yep. If people pop in here, they should say something because otherwise I don't know. Marnette liked the post. These bitches, I swear to God.
So,
I know I'm horrible. I don't care. Don't come in. I could go to bed earlier then. It's been a rough week, man.
it has.
It's getting better though.
I got all this adulting kind of stuff I got to take care of, and I don't want to do any of it.
I see you. I see you guys up in here. Hop in. Say something. Put something in the chat so we know who it is because I'm struggling.
How can you see anybody?
Because at the top of my live broadcast, it says 2 eyeballs up there.
Oh,
Well, it has the eyeball with the 2 eyes or the number 2 next to it. Type something.
I wonder if the one is me.
No, it wasn't there a second ago. It was 0 while we were
Okay.
sitting here talking about my possible UTI. See all the cool shit you missed while you weren't in here? Whoever you are? You still ain't typed to tell me whoever you are?
You're so...
One ran away. Coward! You coward!
All right.
Oh, gone. Everybody gone.
Well, you are calling them names, so.
I know I am. It's okay. They'll get over it. Or they'll get used to it one way or the other. Look at that one bitch on YouTube's got like, I don't know, 65,000 followers and she blocks them and yells at them and calls them names and all kinds of shit and they keep coming back and she's monetized. So, I mean, what the heck? I watched CC Suarez today do one. She has a red flag, Michelle, so we can't have a red flag.
What is her?
Her red flag is whenever she does content for multi-level marketing, and she's an anti-multi-level marketing. She's trying to stop people from becoming Huns.
You do realize she's not the only one that has that.
What, the red flag?
Yes.
I didn't want to steal the idea from her.
No, that's not exclusive to her.
She's so funny. She's got that flag, and whenever they're really crazy when they're saying some really crazy shit when they're trying to recruit people, that flag comes out and starts waving that bitch back and forth. She had one time she waved so hard she broke the stick it was on.
Look what I got for you.
The Ace of Pentacles, I'll take that.
Yes, you will. Ace of Pentacles. So
the Ace of Pentacles.
What new thing are we putting on our pedestal?
Well, it's going to have to be this because it's all I know. It's all I know. I don't know how to do anything else, and I really needed to take off, and somebody needs to buy me coffee.
Okay.
I guess if I want them to buy me coffee, I should stop insulting them.
Did you see the TikTok I made of Indy reacting to the squeaky toy sound?
Yeah, that was cool.
He's so cute.
He is cute.
My little boy. So what's happening this weekend?
This weekend, nothing. I'm going to stay until the 4th, and then I'll come back up. My buyer should be here by then. I probably have shit I need to do with the condo, like
for the closing.
For the closing and stuff. I mean, the closing's not till the end of October, but there might be shit I need to do. I don't know. They might need to send people over there to have something repaired or whatever. I doubt they're going to find anything, but
yeah.
You never know. And then I'll go home and do the billing, and then I'll just pack my shit up and come to your house.
Okay.
And I can take Patrick to school and shit. Unless he can get that girl to do it. If him and that girl are having sexy time, he probably won't want me to drive him anyway. Have you met her yet?
No.
So do you love that Ron DeSantis has got all these people getting ready to like investigate him for what he did?
Yeah. Did you see that they've already started a class action lawsuit against him?
Good. The only thing that kind of pisses me off about that is who's paying for that. Like, are they going to get that money out of him?
They're suing him and the state of Florida.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. And they also need to sue the fucking airline that flew the people.
Oh,
Because
the guy that is the head of the Department of Transportation is named in that suit as well.
wait a minute.
As
As a plaintiff or as a defendant?
As a defendant.
What?
Yeah.
So, well, the guy that owned the airplane, because it was private airplanes that they flew those people on.
There was a bunch of names. I don't remember all of them, but I know the DeSantis, the state of Florida, and the Department of Transportation guy, basically the guy that approved the flight, were all named as defendants in the class action. Well, so here's the thing that's funny about this, though, Michelle.
Right.
Of all the places to choose to pull this stunt, you send a bunch of basically refugees. They're not, but they sort of are.
Yeah.
To an island full of fucking lawyers. That's where you guys send them. Send them to the island full of lawyers.
Well, they were going to send them to own the lips. That is so fucking stupid. And they came in legally, by the way. They had already gone through the process, and they were legally here to do whatever they were going to do. But the airplane thing is very, very interesting, because when I saw that it was a private plane, at first I was like screaming at Bob, "The fuck, man? Why they got a private airplane? You know, that's more." And I thought, well, they couldn't probably put them on a regular airplane because they didn't have any kind of documentation to get on a regular one, so they'd have to charter the airplane. So I thought, who would do this? Let me look up who owns this airline that I want to know. And so it was out of Destin, Florida, and the guy that runs the airline is a donor to the RNC and to DeSantis.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So there's that. It's always that way. Whenever you see shit like that, you got to look and see who are these people, and why would they do this, and what money is there involved in this somehow, some way.
I hope they squeeze every last little dime out of his thick skull.
Oh God, me too.
And then after the civil case is done and they take every last little thing he owns, then I hope the criminal case for trafficking goes through.
Oh God, wouldn't that be delicious?
I mean, there's been a lot of things that have disgusted me in the last, well, since the orange regime started. Okay. There's been a lot.
Orange is the new white.
Yes. But this has to be up in the top 10 of disgusting things that the GOP party has pulled. Little Trump Jr. there. Just, I mean, You have to have absolutely no ability whatsoever, not a drop of empathy in your body to take people, living people,
Yep.
and treat them worse than we treat cattle.
Right?
I mean, to put them, you know, on a plane and ship them off where they don't know where they're going, or and there's nothing there for them, lie to them and
Yep.
tell them, you know, reassure them that everything's going to be fine in an official capacity, because
Yes.
who wouldn't believe a fucking governor?
Right?
Who wouldn't believe them?
And then make
And
sure that you drop them off in the middle of the fucking night too.
mhm.
Not even in the goddamn daytime, but in the middle of the fucking night. Oh, he's such an idiot.
It just turns my stomach. It's like how that's like psychotic.
Yep.
You know, it's not even just a cruel prank. It's you know, complete and utter lack of caring for a living creature.
Yeah. And what for? There was on a guy's Facebook page today. It's actually a dude that Bob went to high school with, who is, if you looked at him, you would not know that this guy is as liberal as he is. But he loves to like throw stuff out there and just let all of these people that he's known his whole life just descend on his page and give him shit. And he is probably one of the best arguers I have ever come across in my whole life. I don't really have to do much. I just kind of go in and prod him with different ideas, and he'll read my shit and then he'll take off with it because he knows better what I'm trying to say. And so he'll just expound on that. But there was a guy in there today that was just, going off about these immigrants coming into the country, and they're trying to say, oh, it's about there's war and famine and they don't have any infrastructure and it's a bunch of garbage. They have all that stuff there. And even if they don't, then they should try to make their place better. They should just try to make it better where they came from. But so here's what I said to him. I go, yeah, F those huddled, weary masses yearning to breathe free. And he mocked that. So that told me one of two things. Either he does not know that that is on the base of the Statue of Liberty, or he does not care and does not think that pertains to anyone except for the people that he came over from. So I didn't know. I looked at his last name and I Googled it to find out what nationality is this. And he was a Scottish descent. And I said, and so then I Googled, why did Scottish people migrate to the United States? And it was because they were oppressed by their government. The government would come in and seize most of their farm land. They would take their crops. They would take their money. They would take all this shit for Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, then maybe your people should go back to the farmland that you guys came over here for, because you were being oppressed. And so you came here because you were going through the same stuff that these people were going through. And he goes, I've been here my whole life. My parents were, I'm like, bitch, somebody came.
Yeah.
You were not born in this country. I mean, you might have been born here, but your family was not from here. We stole this land and you squatted on it. And that's how you got what you have right now.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too, bruh.
Yeah. So why don't you just go back and fix your own country, buddy?
Yeah, go back and fix your own country.
Which they don't want you anymore now either.
No. Why? You can't grow anything there. Well, then I watched this one girl, and I do not watch Joe Rogan, but there was a TikTok of this girl on Joe Rogan, and which part of Korea is where that fat hot dog neck dude is from? South Korea,
North Korea,
or Jong-il.
That's North Korea.
Whatever. Okay, wherever he was from, that's where they were from.
North Korea.
And they were trying to get the fuck out of there. Her and her mom. She was little, because he takes everything.
Yeah,
he takes everything, and they don't have any food, and then they have to work the farms and shit, and then they have to give all that shit to the government, and then only the rich people have anything. I guess they give them just enough to barely keep them alive. But they literally have to take their shit. This is not bullshit. This is true. And give that back to the government so the government can use that for fuel because they don't have anything. And she said that it got so bad that her mom just took them because there was no food. They were going to die. And so the mom took them and got them across the border. And when she got them across the border to South Korea, immediately the soldiers raped the mother in front of the little girl. And then took them to other people and sold them to these other people. And the little girl said that the first time she saw a trash can, she didn't know what the trash can was for. And the person that lived at the house where she was sold to said, well, this is where we put the stuff we don't use anymore. And she goes, there's stuff that you don't use ever again? What don't you ever use again? And she looked at Rogan and she said, even our hair, when we combed our hair and there was hair in the brush and we took it out, we saved that so that we could start a fire if we had anything to cook or if we wanted to stay warm because there was nothing to burn, which is why they had to give their shit to the government. So to look at these people that are so desperate that, well, we're going to die here. Well, if we make it across this border, I'm probably going to get raped and we're probably going to get sold, but at least we might get something to eat tonight. That's a big fucking deal. And to be this harsh for people that have escaped those kinds of conditions and made it here,
Yeah. Well,
and to be so cavalier about it.
This is the epitome of entitlement, is when people say that, you should just stay in your own country and fix your own problems. That is the epitome of entitlement. The person that says that has never suffered a day in their life.
Never. They think they've
never had to struggle. They've never had to, face complete and utter abject poverty. There's not homeless people on the street right now that are saying, those people should stay in the rubble of the war zone that they came from and rebuild that brick by brick with their bare hands and no tools and no, I mean, it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
You're talking about, a child who has no say whatsoever in what the adults or government is doing around them, whose parents and whole family are dead, probably slaughtered in front of them, and their house is literally just
rubble.
Burned wood and rubble.
Yep.
And you're telling that child, start rebuilding on your own. You're not going to make it a week with no water and no food, much less think about re-fucking building a civilization. Mm-hmm. What? The level of stupidity that takes to say something like that is beyond belief.
And rebuild what? So you can continue to have to shit and give it to the government and plow their land and give them all the food? That's where you want to stay? Yeah. Bitch, you lose your shit if the fucking internet goes off for 25 minutes at your house. You're going to shit and cart that shit over to Tallahassee for Ron DeSantis?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Libby thinks I'm upset. She came up here to lick me. She's like, hi. So, have you seen, speaking of fascist regimes, have you seen what's going on in Iran right now?
No, what's happening over there?
The women are rebelling. They're burning their headscarves and cutting off their hair in protest.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. And I feel really bad right now that I don't recall her name off the top of my head. I just watched some news on it this morning. My memory is just bad, so I don't remember her name. Imasa, I believe, was her first name. But anyway, she was a young woman, 22, I believe, and she was shopping, and her headscarf, her hijab, slipped a little bit,
Yeah.
and so the morals police grabbed her, took her to jail, and she died. Nobody really knows exactly how, but she died in,
Custody.
in custody because, you know, a pin was loose in her headscarf or something.
They beat that bitch to death,
Yep,
man.
they beat her and took her to jail, and she died in jail. And it's theorized from her injuries sustained during the public beating that she received. And so there is mass protests going on right now
Good.
in Iran, and many videos of women burning their headscarves and cutting off all their hair in protest for this girl's death.
Well, good. I mean,
Mhm.
that's the only way things are going to change. You know what I mean? Is that kind of, we still haven't had that moment yet. I mean, pussy hats aside, what have we done?
Yeah.
After January 6th, we should have went batshit crazy and went out there and said, "What are you guys fucking doing?" Instead, it's almost like they're still emboldened to, Lindsey Graham still coming on fucking Fox News and shit and talking about how he's going to make a woman's right to choose even harder if they can win in the next election. That's fucked up.
Yeah. Hang on a second. Come here.
Well, I went out and I put a chat in the chat box and it showed up. So I know these people could have talked if they would have been in there because I just did it. Let me share it one more time. Oh heck. We're here. Where are you? By the time they come on, I'll be ready for bed. But do you see my chat? If you go to that left side of your box, there's all those things at the top. Looks like a bunch of people standing there.
I see group, and I see you. I see nothing
It
typed
doesn't
in
have.
there.
I see it. It says comments. Oh, there's yours. Okay, you have to do it to group.
Oops. Group. I don't see anything from you in group. Oh, it shows up under social?
Well, see, mine just says comments, and then the chat box is different, but across from that, so we got that chat box, and then you've got that other one that says banners, and then it says
And
comments.
it won't let me reply to yours. Because you did it on Facebook.
Yes.
Okay. That's different than chat. Chat is sort of like backstage, where it's just in
okay.
Easy Mux. But if you click on social, then it shows up, from comments made on social media. So Facebook or YouTube are going to show up under social.
And I guess I can't reply to those because oh, hi, Michelle's. Did you do that?
No.
Hey, who is that? I can't.
Hi, Michelle's. Okay, I see it now.
You see it?
Somebody from Facebook.
Oh, it's Rob Houston. I wonder
Oh,
why it doesn't show his. Hey, Rob. So we're still getting used to it. We don't know how everything works, and it's not showing you. I don't. It's very weird that it. Because when people do it out on when I'm watching YouTube videos out there and they're clearly using either this software or something very similar, I actually see their names and stuff come across. You'll have to identify yourself when you come in this chat.
Okay.
This is Rob one tarot reading.
You know what's strange is I can see his comment in EVMux, but I can't see it on Facebook. Which doesn't surprise me because Facebook never shows me anything anymore.
Well, I can see it in
Yeah.
Facebook.
Oh, okay. So
and I can see it on EVMux too, but I can't see who it is until he told me it was him.
Oh.
Evidently, there's one other person looking at it too, but I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Oh, they're back to just one eye. Just one
still
eye.
Rob?
I don't know. Rob, is that still you?
What?
No, not you, babe.
I'll pull a card for Rob anyway if he sees this. Here's your card, Rob. 4 of Swords.
Oh, I like that card.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties.
Nesting.
Yeah, it's not really technical. We don't understand what we're doing. We're not very good at this yet. But it'll get better.
Yeah.
At least where you could see us and hear us. When I went live on Tuesday, I forgot to turn my microphone and camera on, and it was nothing but black screen and no sound for like 20 minutes. It was awesome. The other thing, I like it better when I have my headset.
Yeah.
I think my microphone quality is much better than 2.
So I don't know if Rob is still there or not, but Rob,
he
if
said
you're
technical difficulties, so
he said
he's
he's
still-
having technical difficulties.
he's laughing at us, saying
Oh.
we're having technical difficulties because
Okay.
we can't read who it
So-
is.
It is the 4 of Swords for you. So curl up in your little nest and be a homebody. That's kind of what that card means. So life right now is kind of all about seeking comfort and going with what you know, and kind of relying on routine and the comfort of having, a schedule and not too much crazy stuff going on. Not that life and schedules aren't crazy, but sometimes what we need and what's actually happening are 2 different things. So, if you can, build yourself a nest, or
Build it.
or put a tent in the woods and do that if that's what makes you happy.
I don't understand how this is messing me up. Even on YouTube, it had the wrong title. We're so technically challenged. Look at then my welcome showed up. That's me typing out on YouTube. I don't understand why I can't see who is talking to us though. I guess I have so many things I need to try to research. I really should stop playing The Sims in the afternoon and look at EVMux videos. You know how much time I spent yesterday trying to download my custom content until I finally figured it took me like probably 2.5 hours of jacking with it. And then I finally realized after watching yet another video on downloading the custom content that it was because I did not have Origin downloaded and I was not running the game through Origin.
So if only
EA gets a little testy if you're trying to run custom content through EA, but Origin don't care.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you applied that level of dedication to learning how to use this, We'd
Okay,
be
I'll do it tomorrow. I promise. I promise.
Now you sound like me. I'll do it tomorrow, I
I
promise.
will. I'll do it tomorrow.
I didn't never.
We've all had the ick. Sarah first, then me. Me now. Lena, nesting. Nesting is all we've done. I'm sorry. Did you have COVID? I have been fortunate enough to dodge that several times since the first time I got it. And my neighbor had it and didn't even know she had it. Just tested positive for the antibodies. Oh, just a cold or something? Maybe. Well, it's because they all went back to school and they get around all those people and their disease, especially when they're young like that. It's even worse when they're really little.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Stephen would come home. I guess all the way through high school, a little bastard would come home and be sick. And then he would be like, chew, chew. And then wake up the next morning and be fine. And then 2 days later, I would get it and be down for like 8 days
Mm-hmm.
from whatever disgusting crap his little friends gave him that he brought home to me. It wasn't that bad, Mom. I'm fine. Yeah, you are. I know. Shut up.
Yeah. I kind of feel the same way whenever I'm around small children. I'm like, yes, you're very cute. Stay over there. Don't touch me, please.
Or I'll take you out back and out on my bridge where the alligators are, and the quintessential bit or witch, not bitch, witch. I
Yeah.
have candy in here. It's just down this dock.
I would never do that.
Yes, you would. So we need to figure out what we're going to talk about next week, and we need to be more proactive about it. Are we going to do the alphabet thing?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, this is just imagine it as coffee night.
Yeah.
Rob came to coffee. First time. Yay! Let's give a round of applause to Rob, who had the nerve to
Thanks for
pop
coming to our coffee night, Rob.
and say something so that we actually knew people could hear us. Because when I asked Stephen to do it last week, he came in and then text messaged me. Yep, I can hear you. Yay, thanks. That's great. That's really how I do it. Oh, you wanted me to say something in the room. Is that how it was supposed to be? And then I guess it'll get better. I probably should write us little bullet point scripts too. That's the other thing we really need to keep us on track and stuff. Because
well, why don't we say goodnight and then we can do some planning.
okay.
Like say goodnight to our audience.
Yeah, I'll just end the broadcast.
Our audience of Rob.
Our audience of Rob. Thanks, Rob. You're the bomb diggity dog. I hope you guys feel better. And
feel better.
Signing off.
Yep. Have a good night.
Peace.
Bye.